What up, y'all? This is the Bury the Needle podcast, episode 21. My name is YT Rhymes. I'm joining you from my hometown of Terrace, BC, Canada, and I'm with my co-host, Rocco DePopolo. He's joining us from East Van Wear and Tattoo Company in East Vancouver. What's going on?
YT Rhymes. I'm doing good, buddy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy 2 weeks. I mean, we do this show every 14 days, every second Sunday. It's been a busy one. And how about yourself up there, brother? How's the North Coast? You got a show coming up this weekend or something you're saying?
Yeah, I've been keeping busy. I've been back in the studio recording, and I've got a show this weekend on Saturday at the local farmers market here. Me and DJ Reconcile as Recon Rhymes will be there performing live for 2 hours from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that things are getting done. Winter time's around. You know what's going to happen, right? YT, everybody gets depressed, but we got to keep our heads up. But let's bring on our artist here. I got an artist here that's from Chilliwack.
Yeah, out in Chilliwack, we got Jody Blakeway joining us today from the King of Cultus Tattoo Company out in Chilliwack, BC. Let's bring on Jody.
Hey,
otherwise known as Ink Boy. What's going on, Jody?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good, Jody. It's always a fucking pleasure to see that beautiful face of yours. I tell you, man.
I missed you, brother.
I missed you too. Jody used to work over at my shop for a little bit. Does black and gray here and there. He's always run his own shops out in the Chilliwack area, Cultus Lake. Independent artist, black and gray, the king of black and gray, I think, at the end of the day. Does amazing work, done amazing work on me. Gotta be one of the craziest artists I ever met because Jody's he's a great guy. Jody, you're a gentleman, you're an awesome person, you got great energy, you're always fucking in a good mood. When we get Jody to come to conventions, he's always putting some kind of fucking show on, 2-3 guys tattooing him at a time. He's got his fucking eyeballs tattooed black, fucking, his fucking colorful tattoos all over. And, when he was working here, I was the last one to find out that he fucking had tattooed his own dick. I mean, I was jealous there. I wish I was at that. It's just, and he had some scarification from our brother Josh from Pins, right? You got that done your chin, did you not? And your head, right?
Chin, head, and throat. He's actually doing me again on the 23rd on my birthday. So this is our tradition. So it's my third birthday now that he's slicing me up.
Oh, gee. Well, you got the fight coming up. But also, Jody's also a professional fighter. You got a fight coming up November the 6th.
November 6th.
Fights. Is that going to be long enough for it to heal?
It's going to push it, but that's what we'll do, right?
You live on the edge. What's the big fucking deal, right?
Yeah, buddy.
So, Joy, let's start off with tattooing, and I want to hear about your fight coming up after. But, the whole shop aspect, I mean, you've been in the business for how long now?
Fuck, it's 2003, so about 19 years. Close to 20 years, yeah.
Right. I mean, you've seen the change. I mean, I've been a consultant for, me and my brother have owned shops for over 20 years, but as, guys, as collectors. But, have to be an artist and running a shop, it's a big fucking deal. You deal with every fucking person that wants to become a tattoo artist. And, at the end of the day, some of them do work out. Some of them just really don't understand that it's not an art form that just comes that easy. You got to really be an artist, right?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that there, Jody. I mean, you owning your own shop and everything, and these people that come around and, they want you to teach them the tattoo industry. I mean, what?
It's tough, right? It gets discouraging. I mean, in the 20 years, there's probably been maybe close to a dozen people that I've worked with, right? And like the last person I spent was a girl. I spent 11 months with her. At the end of 11 months, she wants to go to a different shop, right? So that's the kind of stuff that you're talking about and that you're dealing with, right? And, there's a contract type scenario that I could have done, but I've always sort of been a bit of a belief that once they don't want to be here, I don't want you stuck here because there's a piece of paper and now nobody's happy, right?
There's also those artists. I mean, I've built artists over here that have moved forward, and you understand the industry. They got a lot more to go, but they'll always sit there and, thank everybody around them except you, the person who taught them to tattoo. Like, I got a few artists out there that thank everybody. They'll never say thank you to Rocco, who gave me the opportunity of becoming a tattoo artist. I mean, you've been through that with what's his fucking face there, the string bean that plays basketball at Mr. Self-Made. That's that guy there. I met him personally myself, Steve Weed there. He taught how to tattoo. And the story that you told me about him, how he was gonna give up tattooing and you pushed him forward and moved him ahead to keep going, and all of a sudden, he does some great work, does some famous people, but at the end of the day, a person's a person, no matter how famous you are, but still at this day, if he has an interview, he'll never give you any credit.
No, I don't know what that is, right? It's such a weird thing.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that goes across any artistry. If you're an artist in anything, if you're a tattoo artist, if you're a musician, if you're a painter, you have to pay respects to the people that paved the way for you to be able to do what you do. You can't forget the people that have built this platform up to where it is so that we're able to do what we do right now.
Yeah. The person that started me, they didn't teach me much about tattooing at all, but I'm always grateful for the opportunity that led me to where I am today, right?
Yeah. I mean, every artist should be grateful for being a tattoo artist. Gotta be the best career I ever came across, because you could take it anywhere in the world. And if you really, really put your heart and soul into it, you can make so much fucking money, live a fucking life of having whatever you want, but it's hard work. You understand some. But I just, that's one thing that I got through my apprentice programs. I've slowed it down a little bit over here now, Joey, with the apprentice programs. I got to get those lion hearts involved now, right? I mean, babysit. And then, of course, they don't want to be here. I put mine under contract all the time. 12-month schooling, 18-month critiquing, 40% to you, 60 to me. After the fucking 18 months are over, if I feel you're good enough to stay here or you're a good attitude, then you stay. If you don't want to stay here, then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon too. Maybe the next time that I have a go around, and I'll adopt a bit of your policy there.
Well, I got that in agreements. I got the booklets that we put together, the program. I mean, it's all about sterilization. We deal with the fucking the coil tattoo machine, taking it apart, putting it together. I show them all the old school way. And then if they want to introduce the dildo that everybody's fucking using, the rotary, I mean, that's their business, right? I think you got to make sure that you have that. I call it the first aid kit. That when you're on a convention and your machine breaks down, your rotary machine, you have your first aid kit. It's your lacquer, your shader, tubes, needles, enough to get you through about 10 or 15 tattoos. Because who wants to spend another $1,500 on a fucking machine that has a warranty? It's a catch a hit for you too. Jody, explain to everybody where your shop is, where it's located.
So right at Cultus Lake. Cultus Lake's maybe 15 minutes out of Chilliwack. 2,500 population, so it's just a small little town. There's a big water slides that are probably, I don't know if it's the biggest in maybe not the biggest in Canada, but big water slides up here that are known, and a lot of camping.
Pretty sure they're the biggest in BC for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And your shop there is collaboration with your mom, right? With the gem store. She's in the front.
Yeah, she's in the front. Right? Here. I'm just gonna. I got a dry mouth here, buddy. 1 second. Yeah, she's had a gem shop longer than I've had my tattoo shop. So a lot of stuff that you see, the salt lamps and different gemstones and all of that. So if you get to my shop, you can come through hers, and we have a little hallway that comes into mine, or my entrance around the back.
Yeah. I like your setup. It's pretty fucking cool.
It's great. I mean, to be able to see my mom every day, and it works. Not every scenario would work like that. So it's great. Yeah.
And then you got your kids that come around the shop. They go to school close by, right?
Yeah. So they're always coming here after, and I'm just waiting for them to get the bug to want a tattoo.
I think your oldest one wants to be more of a fighter, eh?
He does. Yeah. He still trains with me lots.
Yeah, he's got that fucking look, the eye of the tiger.
He's got that attitude, yeah.
Yeah, he got great kids. Fuck, you're a good father, you're a good provider.
Thank you, buddy.
What's in you in your life? So you got this fight coming up November the 6th. You know, the message I left you is because you know that I'm going to be in Las Vegas watching the Canelo fight, eh?
Oh, hey, that's awesome.
That's the only reason I'm not your fight buddy. That's why I didn't want to put it on your fucking Instagram. But my lady bought me a ticket for I have a bucket list, right? You know, some things I want. I've never been to a fucking live fight in Vegas.
Oh yeah, buddy, that's an awesome one to pick then.
Well, it's good because there's not too many good fighters left in Canelo. I just fucking love that motherfucker, man. He's a tough fucking fighter, man.
Yeah.
He trains to fucking win.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna break this. I think I'm gonna fucking when I get to Vegas, I'm putting a bet on the third round. Yeah. I think Canelo's gonna fucking break him. He's not gonna knock him out right away. He wants to hurt him. He wants to make understand this is not your level. Go back to the minors and give me your belt while you leave.
Yeah. I would go with that bet, buddy.
I think so.
Yeah.
So what about your fight there? What you got coming up?
Just boxing fight. So the first pro fight for me. So there'll be a pro boxing match, three 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Just been getting ready for that.
So you're training what 2-3 times a week or?
No, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was twice.
A lot of jogging, eh?
Yeah, a lot of rounds, a lot of pad work, just as much cardio as we can get, right? It changes at this age. The cardio definitely goes.
Fuck, you got these. Who's the guy you're against?
Just some guy in Abbey.
Young, old, what? Same age?
Similar age, yeah, mid-40s.
Yeah, and he's fought in the past too?
A little bit of boxing, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Boxing is a great sport. That's where I learned how to fight. That's where I learned how to knock out my first 29 victims on the street with one shot. You know?
Yeah, I know you had some boxing there, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good thing, you know.
That's awesome, buddy.
I love when I had a fucking reputation where someone would tap me on the shoulder and invite me outside for a brawl, and I'd say, hold my beer, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I was right back. You know, that was then. It was fun.
Yeah, different times, for sure. How's your family, bro?
I've got a couple of questions for you, Jody. What's the first thing that really made you want to become a tattoo artist?
Oh, I gotta dig a little ways back here. I had always been into art, like all through school, and then after school we went to college for graphic design and illustration. But just I don't know if it was the group of people I was hanging around with, but nobody around me was really doing it, so I didn't have much of a spark till I suppose about 2003. So right around the same time that I was just doing some artwork on a shop in Chilliwack and doing some artwork on the walls that they had sort of just through a friend hired me to do. And one night in a little bit of a party scenario, she asked if I wanted to try it because I was an artist. So that was sort of caught me unexpected because I hadn't even thought about it till then. And just sat on my buddy for about 6 hours that night. So after that night, that was it. I was super hooked then. Yeah.
Hey, so that's super dope.
Yeah, I did about 7 months at the shop there, but their party scenario was deep, right? So it was just I didn't want any more of that. And so after about 7 months there, I left, and then took about 7 months to get the shop in Abbotsford together, and that was when I opened Ink Boy. Went forward from there.
So if there was one piece of advice that you would give to someone who is starting out or who is trying to build themselves in the business, what would that be? Now, Rocco, you can answer that too.
Yeah. Now you build themselves, like starting a shop and building up, or building themselves just as an artist starting?
I'd say both, because you have to build yourself as an artist to be able to own a shop and run it properly.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess one of the things that took me a fair while to sort of learn or just realize is that I'm not good at everything, right? And some things that I'm not good at personally, like the book work and the back end. So I think being able to, have your ego down enough or enough maybe reality check to know what you're not good at and source that stuff out, right?
Yeah, like being humble enough to take criticism.
Yeah. And then so like I'll hire somebody to do that, to do these things that instead of me trying to do all this stuff myself. And, so I mean that would be one thing, and then just not giving up. It sounds cliched, right? But lots of times I wanted to quit along the way.
No, it's true. I know that as a hip hop artist myself. It's very easy to get inside of your own head and kind of face yourself in the mirror and be like, you suck, and listen to yourself, right? And
it's funny. I still hear that daily even now. You hear those little things come in or enter your space, right? How long have you been?
It's different now along the way, because now you're like, you know what? No, I don't suck. Fuck off.
Totally. Yeah, you got enough to fight. Yeah.
See, my whole vision when I opened up a shop. See, my brother opened up a clothing line. He threw a couple artists in the back of his shop just to, have them there. We were getting tattooed and everything. I took it to the level where, I had, of course, a symbolic sign, the East Van Cross merchandise. And then, of course, artists that have established themselves that don't want to worry about the rent, don't want to worry about the cleaning, don't want to worry about shopping. You know what I'm saying? I don't think in the beginning of when I had this shop opened up at my other spot on Hastings Street in East Van, was a lot of conventions I went to, because I got myself ran to the Vancouver convention, helped those guys grow, brought people. You know what I'm saying, Jody? I mean, guys at the Vancouver Tattoo Show, I mean, they had a show, but they were just fucking car builders trying to get in the tattoo industry. But you know what I'm saying? Here am I, a guy who owns a shop as a consultant that gets tattooed, that is a collector. I've met so many different artists. I've been tattooed by 85 different fucking artists, okay? I mean, at the end of the day, I've met and seen a lot of chairs. So my thing is that these artists don't need to waste their time. And the consultant part came in, as you know this, Jody. A guy comes in, hey, man, I got this fucking great idea, man. I want a fucking full sleeve and yada, yada, yada. 5 hours later, he's leaving with his fucking girlfriend's initials on his fucking dick. You know what I mean? A lot of wasted time that artists don't need to waste. And when it comes down to actually my job is finding, okay, I get calls all the time. Rocco, I want to get this done. Send me the picture. Okay, I'll set you up on a consult. Come see me Saturday. You're going to be seeing this artist here. Then I see that artist. I go, look, I got this for you. Your consult's coming in. They get together. They talk. They communicate. Placement's done. Size is done. Come see a drawing. Put your deposit down. Let's get it tattooed. I've seen artists so much grief and headache going back and forth because some artists just don't have the time or the communication skills with people. People are, you know how it is, Jody. People come in. I love when the person comes in with an attitude, like an attitude. I'm like, okay, let's slow down. Go back outside. Leave your fucking attitude out there. Come back in, and I'm going to fucking help you with your idea. Because there's only one attitude in this shop, and that's mine, I said. So this ain't going to work. But when you get that out of the way, you got a lot of people that are scared to come in shops. Tattoo shops, oh, man, they're owned by bikers and gangsters and all that. So what? I ride a bike. So what? I fucking hang on the streets. At the end of the day, I'm still a businessman. Now you come in, I'm going to make you feel right. You're going to learn about tattooing. You got to understand that some of these fucking artists that come in, I mean, like Jody, I've seen it with you, how you're such a good communicator with your clients. You know what I'm saying? When I sat here, watch you tattoo here, I mean, your clients became your friends.
Thanks,
some of these artists they don't care about the fucking person. They just care about the tattoo and the money.
Right. Yeah.
When you care about the tattoo and the money, you're not really an artist, okay? When you care about the art and your client, now you're a person, that's an artist, okay? I mean, I see it all the time. So here at my shop with the artists I have, I always make sure that, they become those humble people that understand that you're tattooing someone's fucking body and it's going to be on there forever. Right. So, I mean, it's tough. And like I said, when I started hanging out at the tattoo conventions, all the artists, the old school guys, who the fuck's this guy? Who's this fucking loud guy? Well, 4 years after that, I started, you know what? I started sticking my chest out, sticking my hand out. And of course, they would come and say, hey, Rocco, how's things going? Right? They actually understand that this kid's got a right idea because these guys all own shops. You know how much time of their day they have to go fucking spend fucking cleaning, shopping, fucking paying the rent? Yeah. The artists come here, do their thing, give me your fucking mic cut, and I'll take care of the rest because you're going to be in a sterile and beautiful, clean shop here. So
yeah.
It's tough for tattoo artists, but you got a great shop over there, Jody. You're a good guy. I mean, fuck, you got it going on.
Thanks, buddy. I mean, there's definitely times where I struggle with that, running the shop and trying to be the artist at the same time. Yeah. There's lots of times where I'd love to step out as an artist and just be that business owner and give it my 100%, or the other way around. Right. So I know what you mean, right?
That's when we pray. That's when we pray to have a great assistant at the front.
Yeah, right.
Take care of these things. All of a sudden they turn into retards, and all of a sudden you fucking got to start from square one again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm making big changes over here, Jody. I'm making big changes over this shop, man. This shop's going to be self-contained, brother. It's going to be so brilliant up front. I tell you, I wasted a lot of years depending on front desk women to fucking help me out. And at the end of the day, I tell you somebody, it was better off me just doing it by myself. But
I know, right?
yeah, I tell you, it's hard for us to trust these people because we don't want to fall backwards all the time. We just want to move forward.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll have to come out and see it. I definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, the 17th of November, I'm having my fucking 50th birthday. The 16th, I'm having a big event at the shop and next door.
Okay.
It's going to be accommodating to non-vaccinators and vaccinated people because the restaurant next door, you got to be vaccinated. My shop does not fall under the mandate. So people can come in, they got to wear their masks, but the back of the restaurant goes into my back room. The door goes right to my back room so I can get food put on there where people can help themselves with smorgasbord. And I can just have a bucket full of beer and bottles of water and they can help themselves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the only way to do it, man. But the only problem is the shop closes at 10, then we're moving next door to finish it off.
Right.
But I'm going to point back to provide, because we want to, it's all about collecting toys for Christmas for kids. That's what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we're doing this year. I love to see you out here. And
yeah, I'll make a buy for that.
Yeah, pass it on to the family and everything too. Bring the boys down.
Yeah, definitely. But you won't believe him. The one's, he's an inch taller than me, probably 10 pounds heavier.
Well, fuck, my 60-year-old on Sunday is 6'3", 280 pounds.
That's awesome, buddy.
Fucking love hugging him. It's like
we've got a question from the spectators here.
Yeah.
Willie P out in Thailand has joined us, and he wants to know how many artists do you work with?
So right now there's me and then 3 other guys. So there's 4 of us at the shop. Yeah, we're ranging from, so I'm close to 20 years. My other artist is about 10 years. And then the guy, Nate, he's about 4 years. And then 1.5 years on my newest guy.
So Nate is 4 years only?
Yeah, only 4.5 years, yeah.
And are you responsible for any of that education?
Yeah, I mean, when Nate came to me, he had never picked up a tattoo machine in his life. You got time for a little story with him?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
So I had met him after I graduated. We went to college at UCFB in Abbotsford for graphic design and illustration. I met him in that program. And it was a 2-year program, and I dropped out of that program about 1 year in just because it went really, graphic design went really computer oriented, and it's just computers aren't my thing. So I dropped out of there and didn't see him for about 20 years. And I'm at a pool in Chilliwack and with my kids in there, and I see him, and in college he taught me, he had a really good Arnold impression, so he taught me that in college. So when I seen him at the pool, he hadn't seen the way I looked at all. The last time he saw me, I looked with no tattoos. So I threw the Arnold voice at him. He turned around and realized that was me, and we chatted a bit. And now I didn't know in the meantime, he still didn't tell me that day that he had been looking to get started in a tattoo shop somewhere. So he didn't tell me that day, but I said where I was and come by. He came by about a week later and just asked, can I apprenticeship under you? And I sort of, like you said, Rocco, I had just a bit of a bad taste in my mouth and didn't really want to apprentice anymore or have anybody, but because it was him, and I said, yeah, I'm down. And he was working pipeline, so he needed 1 more year to finish up the pipeline job to be financially stable. And a year later he came by, and then that's 4.5 years ago now.
He's a great artist. He's a really
awesome
good artist, man. He does clean work, man. I'm very fucking impressed with that guy too. And now we just talked to Dominic on the phone, and Dominic,
yeah, Dom. So he's been putting in time about 10 years now. He had worked with me before, but at the time that he worked with me before, he sort of had too much on his plate, and we couldn't quite dial it in. But then he kept it up, and then came back to me now, and it's got all the time for it, and it's just going great with him too.
Right. Oh, it's good to hear that story. I remember that.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of Corey out in Terrace here. Oliver Brown, he's got Corey as his apprentice. Yeah. He took Corey on one time, and then I guess Corey dropped out of his apprenticeship. And then it was about 1.5 years later, Corey came back and finished off his apprenticeship with Oliver, and he's killing it out here now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that goes back a little bit to one of the things that you'd probably say, and it's just sort of just having that, just to not quit on it, just to keep going on it, right? I've seen a lot of cases like that where just eventually they get it and eventually it pays off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Rome wasn't built in a day, buddy, but in the tattoo industry, you got to understand that it's not something to fuck around with. If you pay attention, you learn depths and little circles. Some people ask me all the time, Jody goes, "Well, you tattoo?" I said, "No, I don't tattoo. I can teach you how to tattoo, but I don't know how to tattoo."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I can teach you, right?
Yeah.
Because after all the years of teaching everybody, showing everybody small circles, straight lines, pull this way, face that way. I don't know. But Jody, anyways, I want to thank you very much for your time. YT, you want to ask him anything else before we shut her down?
I just wanted to talk about a little bit regarding your apprentices. Are you accepting apprenticeships right now?
I'm always open to it.
Okay.
I've just always felt like it's just got to be the right fit, So to say that I'm not accepting apprentices and have the perfect fit come by and maybe miss that opportunity, would kind of shoot myself in the foot. So I'm always open to it, right?
Okay.
I don't have a huge space here, but I would like to eventually get out of this space and just expand a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And what would people have to bring you if they wanted to come to you for an apprenticeship?
I in the beginning, I always based it on just artwork, and that was funny. That goes back with Steve. So Steve had come to me, and all he brought me was just some stuff that he looked like he sketched in the car on some lined paper, right? And it's a really good example for that because I turned him down. I said no, and again an example of what we talked about because he came back to the shop like 4 times and he just wanted to work at my shop and. Each time he'd just bring me stuff that just didn't look good, and I'd send him away. And so Alan was another guy. He tattoos in Mission now, and Duncan. He was tattooing for me at the time, and he said, "You know what? I kind of like the kid, and I'll take him on, apprentice him, and we can just work a cut or do something together or whatever." And so I said, "Okay," and that's when Steve came on and turned out to be, love the guy or not, he's an amazingly talented artist, and. Yeah, so I mean, it's a good example of that. Yeah,
I never shoot the fucking goddamn person in the fucking face unless he shows disrespect for where he got the talent from. That's why it pisses me off. He's a great person.
Yeah.
Just keep your fucking head out of your ass, pal, and stop
Yeah.
your fucking old lady's skirt.
A really good example of that. What we're talking about him was, one of the big magazines. He had an article in not too long ago, a couple of years back, and in there they say. Ask him, where'd you start? And he says, I started in Abbotsford at a shop with some local tough guys that wanted to tattoo skulls, and I wanted to tattoo wings and angels. So that's the shout out. That's the respect level right there. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Let him. You know what? Let him do his thing, buddy.
Yeah,
exactly. In a corner, right?
He's living a lonely life. That's where it is. He's trying to be somebody that he's not.
It doesn't affect my life. So
he hangs out in LA too much. Anyways, he's fucking trying to be, somebody he's not. But anyways, at the end of the day, he's talented artist because of you. And that's all I gotta say about that, Jody. Because I mean, I always call you the fucking king, man. You are the king. The king Cultus. Jody Blakeway.
There's 4 of us.
Hell yeah.
And good luck to you, Jody, November the 6th, eh?
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Watch Canelo win.
Good luck.
Know that you won your fight too.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I look forward to it. You know what? And can you send me, Rocco, your information for your birthday there?
Of course I will.
Awesome.
I'll put it all over my socials too, buddy.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to be announcing about the tattoo shop, how it's going to be for the people that don't understand the vaccination.
Yeah.
The people that are unvaccinated, the people that are worried that they're getting a chip put in their body. Those wonderful people with great ideas. Come on down. You're welcome to come down.
Listen, keep me in for a booth too.
Yeah, for the tattoo convention.
Yeah, because even though I'm not vaxxed, then maybe we'll put it in Dom's name, who is vaxxed.
Yeah.
And I'll sort of ride it out, and we'll see what happens closer to it, right? But even if I couldn't come, I'll still throw a booth up. The guys that are vaxxed can come run it.
It'd be beautiful. I tell you, it's going to be a great show. 75 booths. Smoke show on the weekend of the Italian Day Festival, which 300 people visit that street, and they're thinking of making it on Saturday also because of what was going on for the last 2 years where they couldn't have it. So 6 blocks away, you have 300,000 people. they're going to roll up the street. Even if we take 1,000 of those people, 500 of those people, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's not asking for much out of 300,000 people. I only want 500. I'm happy.
No, for sure.
Having,
yeah, so we'll set up, and I'll just go to other places that I'm allowed to go to, and if it's like that.
I don't
yeah.
bro. You know what? You better fucking change your identity.
That might be tricky, buddy.
Jody, you're a beautiful person, brother. I love you, man. Always. Okay.
I love you too, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us today. And I don't want to speak for Rocco, but I think we both wish you the best of luck for your fight coming up in November, as well as to your business, the Kings of Culture Tattoo Company.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man, and best of luck to you in your career as well, bro.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Okay, guys. Much love.
Hell yeah. So that was Jody Blakeway from the Kings of Cultus Tattoo Company out in Chilliwack, BC. That was the Bury the Needle podcast, episode 21. We will see you in 2 weeks. I'm not sure exactly of the date right now, but in 2 weeks on the Sunday, we will see you for Bury the Needle and Axes Up. Bury the Needle happens at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Axes Up at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I just want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Axes Up, y'all. Peace out.